holt das Ding nach Hause. Knapp, aber es reicht für K23. Es war eine schöne Aktion, schöner Versuch von Team Spirit, diesen Recheck zu agieren. Natürlich, ein Chopper weiß, dass natürlich aufgrund der Zeit, der das jetzt versuchen muss. Und man hat sie gut unter Druck gesetzt. Adrian bleibt eiskalt. Und holt hier die Runde für K23. Gerade mit diesem Equipment, was Team Spirit mit dabei hatte, musst du diese Runde holen. Dass es so knapp ist, spricht natürlich schon mal auf der einen Seite hier für Team Spirit. Allerdings bei Team Spirit natürlich nach dieser Runde, wo man auch ein bisschen was investiert hat, absolut auf dem Minimum angekommen. Und bis auf eine Flash, die man jetzt noch bei Chopper hat, hat man hier auch nichts groß investiert. Und man versucht es halt jetzt entsprechend mit den USPs. Und wir sehen es auf der Minimap. Wir haben es auch eben kurz noch bei Chopper gesehen. Man steht zu 5 tendenziell in Richtung B. Man hat sich bei K23 jetzt so die Richtung entschieden. Man läuft dann lang rum. Arch und Bücherei, die wird gleich doppelt abgesmoked. Und das wird man bei Chopper auch gleich mitbekommen haben. Und damit gehört der A-Spot K23. Damit kannst du diese Runde schon fast abschreiben. Die Bombe wird jetzt den Weg finden. Nelan mit dem Plant. Wir haben einen Spieler, der die Banane abchecken wird. Allerdings muss natürlich jetzt darauf pochen, da entsprechend mit dem Team zu agieren. Wenn natürlich jetzt jeder einzeln in die Waffe reinläuft, kann das schnell enden. Musha mit dem ersten. Man wartet noch. Mir zumindest trotzdem noch mit dem Frag gegen Mu. Damit kann zumindest potenziell eine Waffe in den Besitz gelangen. Dexter gegen Adrian, letzter Spieler bekannt, den hat Nelan bereits gespottet. Und das ist Chopper in der Bücherei. Norbert weiß das natürlich. Allerdings, warum sollte man da groß noch was riskieren? Man geht auf Nummer sicher. Fame allerdings, der kommt Chopper nochmal entgegen. Der will natürlich hier, ja, erst dachte ich versuchen, die Galil zu saven. Aber nein, er läuft doch volle Kanne rein und damit nimmt er mehr oder weniger Fame auch mit. Fame läuft dann noch volle Kanne rein in die Explosion. Verliert zwar seine Waffe, kauft danach. Allerdings jetzt stehen auch wieder die Kaufrunden von Spirit an. Sie mussten 2 Runden sparen, haben immer wieder relativ knappe Geschichten rausgehauen. Die letzte war jetzt nicht ganz so knapp, aber zumindest wäre er an die vorherige, also vorvorletzte Runde. Da hat man schon ganz gut agiert. Jetzt hast du die AWP bei Dexter. Adrian zumindest, der hat sich schon verschanzt in der Banane. Die Nade von Chopper, die fliegt schon mal Richtung Adrian. Aber Adrian mit dem Schlag gegen Magic verbleibt auf 2 AP. Da geht's auch direkt zurück. Und der Molly, der kam geflogen. Und da kann er sich gerade so retten. Der Entry ist ihm gelungen. Fame kassiert auch wieder eine schöne Nade in der Banane. 46 AP sind es noch. Zumindest der Nade Damage. Der ist hier erstmal auf der Seite von Team Spirit. Aber wie gesagt, der Entry, der...
Or do they? Oh, it's not looking good, Hawker. I think at this point has to just make consideration of the safe call. They're so committed to it. They're in too deep already.
Oh, that's a shame. He is going to have a good chance to get some exit kills, at least. Oh, Molly might actually cause some issues. The Dren should be fine, though. They just about survive. The Chopper comes close, but no kill at the end there. So K23 survive with 3 players, and that's fine for them. They'll be pretty happy with that.
Spirit got nothing. Absolutely nothing saved over it. And rightfully so, a tactical timeout coming in for them. The money's not good enough right now for Team Spirit to really warrant a goodbye, and I don't really know if I would be behind an investment here, Hawk. I feel like I want to see Team Spirit full force. I want to see them get the AWP out with the arm. I want to see them have the utility in the full gun round. So I just wanted the half buy here coming up into the next round. Because K23, they've shown strength so far. This has been a great performance out of them. Look at the board. It's a team effort across the board. And we were just saying, sometimes it's a little too much Norbert, but everybody is having their moments. And it's Dren leading the way. Mo's been doing good work. And I think right now it's a very positive sign for K23. But Team Spirit, they've gone for the investment. They've got the AWP out. They've got some Kevlar behind it. It's not a fully fledged buy. They've got 2 SMGs in it, but it's not an awful buy.
can definitely make it work. Dexter's gone back to Banana to try and see if he can use his AWP in this position. Spirit are one of the teams that do love this boost up. I see them do this a couple of times. It is susceptible to the nades though, so you can't hang around there for too long. And Dexter has now fallen back. Chopper committed to the angle, but at least Mir can get one in reply. Smoke may keep him safe, but he's still stuck in this corner, down to 3 health. He somehow survives, but A-Long is wide open.
Dexter onto a Dren, and Sumdai Young gets a close smoke kill. Nealon emerges from it to his death, and two-man advantage quickly found here for Team Spirit and maintained. In fact, worked on and improved upon by Sumdai Young. 3K from the pit. 2 rounds now for Team Spirit, and the investment pays off. I think it's just getting enough weapons into play just changes everything for Team Spirit. We've seen that happen so often for them, but the issue has been getting control of this economy, because the CT side is never easy to get into things when it comes to the economy, but this round certainly helps matters, especially with that MP9 upgrade to the AK.
More like it from Team Spirit. But Dexter has been switching up his positions. I think you see they put 3 on B when they have this AWP on A, and Dexter is showing why you can get away with that. He gets the early kill. That's going to slow K23 down and buy time for a Spirit rotate, getting a 3rd man back over to A.
It's a great call, because it obviously allows you more utility on that B site early on into the rounds, and like you said, they get the timing, the utility to get that player over, and will that make the difference here? Sumdai Young hiding in towards Graveyard, drops the bomb and drops it into the pit, but couldn't quite double up into the apartments. Luckily, Nealon has come in with that reply quickly, so 3v3. Now under a minute left in play, bomb has been recovered and will get planted safely in the back of the A site. This retake is far more doable for Team Spirit. They've attempted retakes before, but every single time they've been dispelled. But finally, you have to think they've got a chance here. A Dren playing at Graveyard. Norbert in mini pit as well. So this time it's starting to tick off for Spirit, but there's that same smoke onto the site. I'll start to run up with it. Norbert just trying to get a good angle with his AWP, and the Dren is just waiting for his time to strike, waiting for the time to leave the Graveyard. Flash is blinding though. No one really capitalizing, no one getting kills, and it's all crumbling again for Team Spirit. No retake, no round, and Dexter having to prowl down middle. He's able to get the AWP to a safer area. And once again, it's the A site attack that works out for K23.
They're doing well here on the K23 side. And this is something that we were discussing heading into this. You know, do they want to go for that overpass pick, or are they happy going for Inferno, which actually has been a pretty impressive map for them as of late. And while they play overpass more often, we saw them struggle on it slightly at times in that closed qualifier. Whereas the one time they played the Inferno, it was against 100 ping gods. They beat them 16-8. And that was actually with a dominating CT side of Inferno. So that's a really positive sign for these guys. It seems like Inferno is starting to become a map for them that they can mix up and pick every now and then. And this performance against Spirit is certainly proving that. So, yeah, we were saying heading into this, I think they've actually opened up the map pool in a way that could make this a more competitive series than we were expecting. They're showing that early with a strong start. Let's see if Spirit can start to adapt, though. They are continuing to scrape together these buys, and they're continuing to keep that T-side economy low. They've got a chance at trying to force K23 back if they can just win that one breakthrough round.
Smoke has gone down a B2 delay, and that does give them more time to get that boost up. Magic's in towards the back of the site. Just waiting for the time to head into the B-bomb site at K23. Utility starts to commit. Smokes on Corbin and CT. Chopper swinging out wildly, not getting anything, and Magic, keep your gun out. He's just mulling himself out. He's into the open. Magic somehow still gets a kill out of it, but that is just a set of unfortunate circumstances coming in for the defense of Team Spirit. And now there is no defense to the B side. It is just a horrible start here for Team Spirit. What is going on?
You can't afford to go for these retakes. You've got to be winning those early fights on Inferno, and that's why it can be so punishing if you get off to this slow start and you're having a tough time individually. Dexter lands one good kill, but it's come too late to have any influence on the round. They can't go for it. Fame's going to flash CT to try and punish them even further. Mo holding the angle, but K23 will focus their own economy, which is nice here. I think they want to be building up a bit of cash because, if nothing else, Spirit are continuing to save. And that means they'll continue to put the pressure on. They'll continue to get the gun rounds out. So it's nice for K23 to get a bit of a buffer. But yeah, right now, just the early rounds are playing out so well for K23 that it's not feeling that competitive, which isn't what we were expecting.
This is confusing, to be honest. A team where we talk about the depth of individual skill just struggling to win fights on the initial holds. It's a lovely Rick, isn't it? But right now, K23, you cannot take away anything. All of the criticisms, all of the prefacing of this game where I said it really does feel like there isn't enough players showing up. It's always Norbert. But right now, this is a team effort. This is everybody doing their job, pulling their own weight, and you can see the effect that has when going up against a team like Team Spirit. K23 have the players. They have the ability to do this. It just has to work for them consistently. The flash to get Dexter off the angle, drops back into the fountain. This B-side is just being uninspiring. It's just not filling with confidence at all. I hope this time they might be able to get something done.
Look at all the nades they still have. 2 mollies, a full set of utility for Dexter. There's little time left in the round. I'd start using those now.
Yeah, they're going to start getting it out, but they're not even going to use any of it. Dexter's going to be forced back, Magist off his position through the Molotov, and he's just taken out. This hold is non-existent. There's no utility being used. There's no sign of dispelling the attack. They're just waiting to die, and they do. At least they get what they're waiting for.
Yeah, and part of the problem can be when you start to fall behind like this. It would be nice if at some point in this mid or late round, for example, you have just that little bit of info. Maybe that one player who's willing to go a bit aggressive in the apartments and take a bit of information. Because then, if you have that tiny bit of info, it can maybe let you know, okay, this is more likely to be a B play. Let's just have our B players use their nades to buy time for the rotate. But instead, that doesn't happen. And it's that same scenario where you're just losing the site so quickly without any counter utility being deployed that there's nothing you can do right here. And credit to K23. They're landing
that round. That was ridiculous. I think you got to use what you've got for Team Spirit. I want to see some of that banana challenge coming in. I don't want to see Dexter starting the defense from Dark. That just shouldn't be happening. They've still got so much utility. Put up a fight. Defend banana. Don't just give up and stay at the back of the B-bomb site. That's just how they're playing it out without really being forced into those situations. It's just giving K23 so much space to work with. They don't even have a third player rotated over to help them out from CT, and they're just not getting any kills in the initial hold. So we definitely need to see a better round here from Team Spirit. I think they just have to play with more confidence. Know what you've got in the locker, and it's these huge individual players that can change up around for you. And I like this. This is better. 3 players early banana. Will they really challenge for it, though?
They were having some tough times earlier, facing a Dren on banana who was spamming through and getting some early kills. Maybe that dissuaded them slightly, but I think you're right. You can't just go and sit back in yourself when you're down like this. You've got to find a way back in. Again, it's a Dren towards banana, but this time alone. K23 pressure top mid, and there goes Dexter, getting an all-important early kill and hopefully giving Spirit a little bit more comfort.
There's been a few gaps in a few of these smokes in K23, and Dexter's used one to get that opening. So great kill coming in for him. obviously really changes out the round now with a man advantage from Team Spirit. This is where you can sort of afford to sit in the site. And Mira and Sumdai Young, they're two proficient riflers, certainly capable of shutting down the round. Nealon attempts to leap out of the apartment, just like his teammate who's got in a mini pit, and that's Norbert. Amir wanted that kill, he went hunting for it and lost his life, and Magus goes down again. It's Sumdai Young they're not expecting, and Dexter in the library. He's been kicked out for being too loud. And now it's just Norbert, a 1v3, bomb down at short. He transitions over to the bicycle. He's just trying to choose the right angle at the right time, but he's so low on health. It's just a matter of time where one bullet's going to connect and an Itchy comes over the top. Great information passed on for that. And that's going to be Team Spirit with the round win, and it's much better from them. They initially hold down Adren. He's not able to get away with any of that banana shenanigans. They don't quite take banana, but they do dominate the area with utility, and then Dexter being able to capitalize on a bit of a mistake and miss smoke from K23 and gets that opening kill, and then you can afford to tuck back in the site. But you have to get those kills in the initial holds.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be like the full take or the full aggression of Banana, but you need a little something, you know. And even in that round, you had Magix just jump peeking in and getting that early bit of info. And this time, the molly not on point from K23. You pointed out that some of those nades have been a little bit short. Generally, the smokes have been a bit of an issue for them, but this time the molly just doesn't go far enough, and Dexter makes them pay.
2 rounds now. Dexter's got away with a kill because of that Hawker, so hopefully K23 is starting to iron out some of those kinks. The worrying thing about utility is if you've learned the lineup wrong, you can't exactly fix that in the middle of the game unless you call a timeout, head on their website and watch some YouTube tutorials. So hopefully they can start to tighten that up. Every single player at this level should be aware of how to throw this properly. They've really wanted to do this boost up in towards New Box. They've done this so many times. I like the setup. Just taking the initial attention, but once again not getting a kill from the boost, and now Magic stuck in the back of the B site. They've just lost 2 players. I don't really enjoy watching that boost come in from the new box. It rarely has found success for Team Spirit.
I feel like it should have worked there. I just think Chopper missed shots, honestly, because he was actually so far out on the left side that they completely discounted the position, it looked like, but reacted with the spray to the body, and now they've got a real chance in this post plant.
Mo and Nealon. Nealon's going to be playing from Pool. Got the AWP out in Banana for Mo, and he has been pretty good so far. That bomb is ticking, and Spirit are leaving themselves in such limited time. They've got smokes left, but Mo, he's got the AWP in his hand, and he's taking Sumdai Young down. They're going to smoke off Banana, and they've just left no time for themselves to get into the site. I thought a smoke surely was about to go down onto the site, at least try and get a player on the bomb and just cover off the defuse, but they don't really go into it with belief. They don't really believe they can retake the site. And 9-3, K23, that B site, it's just theirs for the taking. And you're 100% right about Chopper should have been able to get a kill from that. I think if you're going to go for that boost play and have 2 players in that corridor, that's the way you want to play. You want Magis to take that attention away, so they're coming in, their crosshair isn't ready, and you got that kill from up on top. But Chopper must have just whiffed every bullet. It's kind of unreal.
It also surprised me, he didn't actually swing to fight when Magix was fighting. He kind of just waited for that fight to start and then went through. Here comes Mir, though. We know he's a player who can turn around on his head. They just turn around in time, though. Adren snuffs out that aggression early. It's a 1-for-1, turned 2-for-1 by the shot from Mo on Banana.
And K23 off to a flying start again with these initial fights, and they want to turn their attentions towards the A bomb site, and that's where Sumdai Young was. He looks like he's going to be changing that up towards long. Mo, he gets shot, but no kill for the Team Spirit side. Luckily, the Itchy goes in. He realized he likely hit that shot. Throws the Itchy to confirm the kill. But they've dived down into the A side. Because of the position of Sumdai Young, he has, yes, given up the A side, but at least he stays alive. They can play the retake together. They haven't been good at these retakes recently, though.
Clearing out all these top mid angles initially, but Adren is so far pushed in the apartments, even if they go for this control, they won't be able to find him. Instead, they're all going to group up towards short. They have that smoke again and the molly for Pit this time. That's going to help them isolate some of these angles. Nealon has to win the first fight from the site, and he delivers. And now the CTs are in trouble. Norbert comes in for the flank, and Adren even flanks out Dexter, who was all the way up on top. What a well-played post-plant from K23. They win that first fight, and then that's the first domino that just allows everything else to fall into place for them. Oh, this was that kill on Banana. Brutal.
It's just unlucky as well for Team Spirit, but
we tell him to go fight for Banana, and then that happens. Oh no.
I'd be getting cut if I was their coach at this point. He's just like, stop telling us to do that. But it is true. They just need to win that now. That's the thing. If you just go win the fight at Banana, you know, it's easy.
Yeah, Magic, just don't get shot through the wall, man. What are you doing?
Just get headshot. Just get headshots. That's all you need to do. Well, K23 cannot deny the individual level they've brought to the server. And we were all worried about that, right? Because they really didn't look that hot in the close qualifier. They just about got through here with the last spot, and now they're taking the fight to Team Spirit. I'd be very happy with this. And that nuke pick, that starts to worry me a little bit, because they have only got a 20% win rate on that. Haven't looked the most convincing on nuke.
Oh, that aggression would have been so nice. If Magix wins that fight, they realize A's fully clear. They will still rotate a second player over to B, but they're stuck behind the smokes, and Mir could really do with winning this fight. He's not 100% sure. He's not going to spot the player out, but at least Dexter gets onto the site, again with some utility, which could help delay the push.
Utility dumping itself onto the B side. Clearance to first Oranges. Dexter with a kill from the dark side of the B-bomb site. Tech Chopper finally getting something on the holds now. First Oranges delivering kills and a flash out as well. Chopper, another kill from him. And this is more like it from the hold of Team Spirit. This is what they've wanted to do the whole half. And finally the shots are landing. Dexter gets the double, and now it's all on to Mo. He hit a nutty one in the last round. He's already got one kill here. But with 10 seconds left, he's got to think about the plant. And once you plant an Inferno with such limited time, you're likely dead. So he pulls it into the 1v1. He can still get the plant out just enough time, but he comes off and tries to pull Mir. He misses the shot, though, and that missed shot costs him the round. It's a valiant effort, but it's just not going to work out for Mo. And he goes down after the time as well. $1,800 for Mo. Oh, it's heartbreaking to watch that. From hero to zero so quickly, and it's just unlucky.
Can't fault the way he played it. Fake plant for the first kill. 4 seconds left. Fakes it again. It's a fight that he probably wins the majority of the time, but it's still not an easy shot to land close quarters with the AWP. Unfortunate for Mo at the end there, but again, K23 always making these rounds close. It's never easy for Spirit. Maybe this round will be a bit easier, though. Last round of the half, and K23 don't have a great deal to work with. They've got players pushing top mid, and Dexter comes away at the wrong time. Oh, no! It's a disaster!
Nealon on the double kill, but Mir has got the timing. Adren has no idea that Mir is in behind, and he might just reveal 2 kills if he's good in this trigger discipline. Look at how Balcony can get even more than that. He knows they're all right in front of him. There goes this opportunity. Mir with the shots, finally gets a double kill, and a third from Mir. He recovers it well. And it's Norbert in the 1 versus 2. Mir has just done the unthinkable for Team Spirit. That is a miracle. But it's still Norbert. It could end it all and break his heart. He's already taken Mir out of the round. Now just one standing. His man is MP9 in towards Graveyard with the headshot. Good angle selection from Magix. A much needed round win out of Team Spirit. And it all comes off the back of that huge step up from Mir. Not a great half, though, for the Team Spirit. Disappointing. Look at that scoreboard. You can just see the streaks of rounds K23 were on. And now going into the second half. Now, CT side of Inferno that only needs 6 rounds.
This pistol round is so important for them, because if they can get the gun rounds together, I mean, you look at Mir here, if he's doing that with the silenced M4, imagine what he can do with the AK. He can have huge impact. They've got players that can make the difference, that can take over games, but winning this pistol round is so important to put them in a position where they can get those string of gun rounds together. So a lot on the line here for Team Spirit if they want a chance on this map. You can feel that as they get off to a slow start in this pistol. Dexter with the P250, for what it's worth. Can be a very powerful weapon at range in these pistol rounds. They use that flash to take banana, and they have one smoke left for wherever they want to push.
Oh, Mo, he's had enough of waiting. He wants to take the fight to them, and in doing so will lose the opening fight of the pistol round. 50 seconds left. Team Spirit look to try and finish on the A side. Balcony position of Fame might be able to deliver something, but it's a couple of warning shots and no real punch behind it. Has done damage, but no kill from it. And losing 2 players quickly like that, that's the round done. K23 is saving in the pistol round. And that's what can happen on Inferno. Just 2 kills are enough if you don't get anything in those initial holds. I think you were bringing this up in the first half where you just lose those opening jewels and you have to save. You got no real chance of the retakes. Retakes are so difficult because of how long it takes to rotate, how many angles you got to clear out, and how much control the T's get so quickly.
Oh, miss spam into the body. Wants even more out of this one. Taking away the Kevlar from the K23 players would be nice. Giving them less to work with in this next round, which we know is always a threat. Nice kill from Norbert, but quickly traded, so not worthwhile. $300 gained for a $650 Kevlar loss. Spirit, though, getting some success with those early kills out onto A, and now I think we may have a game on our hands, Dinko. K23 thinking about the investment, and they will eventually go for it. MP9 was in the hands of a Dread. It'll go over to Norbert, who has full nades. Oh, now it's gone to Neelan. They're tossing that MP9 around to every single player, but eventually they figure it out. Thieves on most of the players, while the one MP9 will play on B.
Hero MP9. Now, I have seen better hero rounds, I have to say. We'll see if Gillick can do it. Team Spirit. They'll be very happy about the start that they've got here. They needed the pistol win. Now they need the second round. They're going to take their time. They've got 2 players in apartments. 3 in bananas. They have fallback plans. They have options. Smoke onto the close stairs. Receive a smoke at top banana. They'll actually slow Team Spirit down, and now shots go through the smokes, not wanting to reveal the MP9. Neelan doesn't shoot through. And they're going to start sending this play back over to the A site. The forces congregate into a 3-man setup. Can K23 get the body shots? We've seen it come through today already. We've seen so many players getting it away with these multi-kills of the Deagles in the close quarters positions. But for Team Spirit's sake, they've got to hope that they do not fall to the pistols here. This is the best case scenario for K23. The attack starts to come on in. 30 seconds, just under. And now they go forward into the site. It's one shot from Fame, but it's Mo. He's got the distraction. Magic so quick to turn around, and he gets a 3K. Luckily, clearing up the pistols there, Hawker. That could have got messy, but Magisk, well, he's a massive eagle machine.
Yeah, lovely work from Magix, who has, again, continued to just find his place in this Team Spirit lineup. Still, such a young player, only 18. Came into this squad when he was ridiculously young, so he's got a lot, I think, to give to this roster. Should be around for a long time for them, and he's going from strength to strength, I think, on this squad. You see it there, an important couple of kills. Now K23 are back down to almost no investment.
Yeah, touching back on Magisk, I did so much. I did his interviews over at Malta, and unluckily I did an interview with him, and it was his first ever English interview, and he was telling me at the time, I think he was like 17, 16, and he'd never been on a plane before, and he'd only just traveled with Spirit out to, I think it was America for the ESEA LAN finals, and it was hilarious talking to him, because you could tell in himself there was a lot of personality, there was a lot more he could give, but it's just the time to get comfortable, and then literally like 2 tournaments later, Magic just decides to tear her up and hasn't really stopped. Just kept getting better. I'm so excited to see what he can do in the future. Also has the name Boris, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the name fits the face, but hey. Still like... Oh, there we go. Still like to see what he can do. Nice little double kill, and they will close it out. Only losing 1 player in the process. So in comes the first CT buy from K23. They've got that AWP out onto Mo. Rifles on the rest of the players. No kit currently, so the retakes weren't hard enough already. If you don't have a kit, you're really in trouble. Neelan's still got a bit of extra cash. Doesn't look like he's spending it though. So no kit in play for the CTs in this round. Definitely something to consider. They may have to just fully fight for the sites and rely on them locking it down early.
Oh, Mac-10 has just found Neelan on the other side of the smoke. His teammate's flash actually working against him there. And often you will see players get away with that aggressive play on the edge of that smoke, which is just a difficult angle to expect. Sometimes it can be a nuisance when you're coming out of a deep smoke. You're not really ready for a player to be there. So often they can get the early kill, but because of the flash, no kill for K23. And Team Spirit, they've got banana control, they've got a man advantage, and now they're turning their sights to the A site. It looks like they're going to commit to this with all 5. They're not even leaving that late round player in banana. They're just going to go over here and try and finish on the A site. And they've got Mo on the AWP over here. We'll see if he can do anything with it.
Nades into top mid, but they don't affect Mo. He's able to get an early kill before falling back. So into a 4v4, but now that AWP is going to have a tough time. He goes through and gets another one. Fame still has to try and hold this site alone though.
I thought there was a chance for the collateral right there from Mo when he went through that smoke, but luckily not happening for Team Spirit. Position though is so difficult to clear out, especially when a Dren comes in like that. Just a foul swoop onto the head of Magnus. Sondai Young has eliminated the pit player and Long now with the Dren falling. It's just Norbert left alone. Can he pull off this 1v2? He has no kit on his back. He has got utility though. That Molotov can certainly heat things up in towards pit, but he wanted to give away how close he is. Instead, he wanted to fight, and unfortunately, Dexter just hit the lightning fast headshot, and he found an AWP on the way out.
Really good shots coming in from both teams, but it's Spirit who are able to wrap their way onto A. I think Fame was hoping he could get just that 1 kill, which could have made a difference, because Adren comes in and, like you said, makes it so that he has the chance to gang up on those Ts that were pushing the site, but Fame doesn't get anything, and that seemed to be the turning point of the round. Put Spirit in the position where they could come away with it, and oh, those nades are on point early from K23. It may be a half buy, but they've got just enough money to get some nades, and it caused some issues for Spirit early.
Well, K23 leaning 4 over towards A, and Team Spirit are not going there at all. Norbert could buy some time with the smoke. It'll be interesting to see if Team Spirit respect it. I think they have to at this point. You never really know up against pistols what kind of stack is going on, but depends if Norbert can get that quickly enough, and he's not going to be able to even get the smoke to play. Wasn't playing for the shoulder peak, instead dropped back into CT. And Mir, I don't know how, but Neelan is taking him out of play after his initial kill. So 3v4 still. The man advantage in play for K23, and this should not be happening. But they might just be able to get the round win here. Spear getting the bomb down, and their chances of doing so have just significantly dropped. But every time it is working in favor of K23. Dexter's holding that angle and just decides to drop off, and a headshot from Neelan has just come in onto the head of Matis, who was trying to peek down in towards the coffins. He just didn't get this opportunity, and now comes the deagle of Adren. This is horrible to watch right now for Team Spirit. They're getting taken out of play, and Mo on the shot as well. They retake the site with no weapons, just eagles, and no kit. Somehow they do it.
Oh, such a nice shot from Neelan to begin with. That flick up was a really hard reaction shot, and honestly, they just kept coming through with fantastic deagle shots. And a Dren shot was lovely, and they somehow get back into it. K23 showing us that individual skill that we were talking about. There's the first shot, but this one readjust quickly so that he can free aim and free straight around the corner. And then Adren got a great headshot of his own. Not much room for error with those Deagles, but K23 come through. And now Team Spirit have got to make sure they bounce back quickly here. 11-9 down, but so far they have been good in the gun round. So they'll be hoping they can come back. Smoke goes down, Neelan taking damage. The nade might do it, but Mir gets away, and Neelan also gets away safely.
Oh, it's kind of unreal. There's no man advantage for either team. That 5v5 will resume. Team Spirit are taking Banana a little later into the round. Walking up, throwing utility over the half wall. Norbert's aware of it, waiting for his time to strike. Teammate flash over the top. Chopper had looked away. He had looked behind him, and that made the flash ineffective. And that will allow that kill to come in. And Norbert is very unlucky on that timing that Chopper was even able to turn around quickly as well. 45 seconds now in play, and Team Spirit can be happy with that man advantage. They haven't really committed anywhere either. It looks like they are going to be, though. And as soon as I say that, they start bringing more players over towards the B side of the map. But it's just Adren right now with the AK here.
Yeah, no real nades for him either. Maybe if he had something to slow them down, he would have a chance to stifle the hole, but he has to go for the peak before the smoke blooms, and Mir was one step ahead of him. Nice read from Spirit just to get that AWP to hold the CT angle in case someone tries to force that fight, and that will be enough for them to win the round. They get the bomb down with 8 seconds to spare, and K23 will just be trying to save. So after a slightly scary round where Spirit lose against the Pistols, back into the gun rounds, they get right back into a good position.
(11-10). I am starting to forget about that first half from Team Spirit. I think they are as well. Because if you are in that mindset, just remembering what had happened in the first half of the underperformances, you get in your own head very quickly. But Team Spirit used the second half to reset, and they've done a very good job at recovering what was a very awful first half. And now they're one round away from tying up the scoreline. K23 want to try and maintain this lead, and I think they've got to do it here. If you let Team Spirit tie things up, that money is going to really start to dwindle again further for K23, and Team Spirit likely take over the lead. So, important round coming up here for the Kazakhstani side. It's going to be Mo throwing utility down into the bottom of middle. Next, but not significant damage. Here and there, damage done. This utility in Banana is much more effective. That's going to hold Magic's back. And no one from Spirit really getting much out of this. And Neelan actually wants to hang around. He wants to take the top Banana fight. He's hiding behind the car. And Magic's is pushing up. Is he going to expect Neelan to be so close? This angle could work out. X-ray off to build attention. Neelan nearly missed that opportunity, but Norbert doubles up with him. They get 2 kills in the double land combo. Walk away with 2.
That was really nicely built between them. Neelan making sure that he waits for the fight so that Norbert can come help, and Norbert's in a position where he can just slink away back to the site. He's happy with the 1 kill and the man advantage. Still so much utility left for Team Spirit though, so if they went for a B site execute, they would be in a really good spot here. Norbert has used all his nades from the CT side, so it's similar to that previous round where Adren just tried to force that fight through the CT smoke. Norbert's about to be smoked off himself. Maybe they can just play for retake though, and it's actually just a lurk smoke which gives the game away. The rotate is now arriving towards B for the CTs.
They haven't fully committed that rotate, but they have got the player close by in CT spawn, and utility now bombarding the side itself. Norbert
He's often here or around the gap at the coffin smoke. Can they get rid of him? Can they figure out that he's here? They're spamming it. They know it's a possibility and they've done well, but what do they expect? Mo, he goes right through. It's a no from me, and now he's trying to deny the plant. The bomb goes down just about. Adren gets his kill, and now a 1 versus 3. He's got a hole with the AWP. 1 smoke still left on Fame, and that makes post-plant positions with an AWP very difficult. They're going to smoke off Banana. Shot in from Mo as well. Great round out of him. I like how quickly he goes through the smoke after Norbert dies. He goes into that spot. Once you eliminate a player from that, you don't expect a second to be there so quickly.
And I think Norbert body blocked that smoke for Coffins too, because it landed way short. I'm sure he must have done something to make that happen. And that's why you can go out to the right side of the smoke, you can cause some chaos, you can force some fights, and as soon as that happens, the T's can't focus on both CT and Coffins at the same time. So they push both positions at once. Mo lands the shot with the AWP, Adren finishes the job from CT, and now we've got 4 players on B early for the K23 side, using a good bit of utility on Banana to make sure Spirit can't get that early ground.
Spirit have shown a willingness to take it into the mid-rounds, but if they want to do that now, they've got to deal with players who are there. In fact, actually, Neelan's going to give it up, and they think Team Spirit are going to go in for the quick A hit, so they're dropping another player over towards A, and they would be right now. Team Spirit are throwing the utility in towards this A site for the execute, and now they run with it. Adren often in towards Graveyard. He peeks up and looks down in towards short, but it's Mo that's taking the first kill. Mo on the second as well. Dexter and Magic's both down. And a 2-man advantage for K23. This is a huge round to be up in. Everything on the line now for the money. And Team Spirit realize pulling this back is going to be so difficult. They start looking at this B site as the opportunity to crack things open. It's a 2v2 fight on the site. They smoke off CT. Will certainly help things out. So there it is, the smoke in. But it doesn't even matter. Neelan on the spam gets the right timing of the spray. And now it is just 1 player on the B site alone. The flank is over on the other side of the map. And Chopper needs a kill and needs to help his teammate more likely. And Sumda Young, 1v5. This just isn't happening. Disjointed round here from Team Spirit.
Oh, not even able to get that 1 kill at the end. Clean sweep for K23. Everyone's surviving. And there was an argument to be made for Spirit saving some of those guns there. If they save a couple, maybe their buy looks a bit better in this round. But they try and go for it. Spacing just off on that initial push, and I think for Spirit to be at their best, they've got to have good spacing on those trades. That's normally what they rely on, the quick pace, the quick trade kills, and if you're just running into the AWP like that, you're going to have a tough time at winning any T rounds. You've got to do a bit better than that with the cohesion.
A deep smoke into top middle, often thrown by most teams, but I feel like teams are doing the deeper one a little more now. Instead of the shallow smoke, it keeps the T's even further back. That one, much more standard, thrown from long. The Team Spirit looking to try and get out in towards the A side again. It's very successful, often on Inferno, to get these Tech 9s jumping out of the apartments, especially if you can work with a short play coming in as well. No one plays in Graveyard, so they have to take the fight on the site. There's 2 players there right now to set up perfectly to deal with this one. Dexter, though, gets a double in the Tech 9. Oh my god, Dexter! 3 kills on the Tech 9! And now he has the site. Bomb plant starts to come in as well. And that's a bit of magic from Dexter. Still wins it. Tech 9s were right back in 2016.
Oh wow, Team Spirit get it going with the $500 pistols. Let's have a look at this from Dexter. Oh my god, the run and gun onto the side. One of them was just through the smoke, it looked like. Oh, unbelievable.
Last bullet as well. Oh, Dexter, that is dirty.
Yeah, the setup looks so good when you have that many players on the site, because you think that they can't just run at you. They're going to get absolutely mowed down. But Dexter gets the kill so quickly with the Tech 9 that he somehow overcomes the odds. And Spirit, wow, what a round win. That could be a real turning point in this game.
For K23's sake, you have to win this round just to sort of put out the fire that has been ignited under Team Spirit. Might not quite be a fire on Inferno yet, but maybe the spark, the beginning of something here for Team Spirit. That's the kind of round that can often do that for teams. A little bit of confidence, spike in energy, in belief. And that mentality shift can often be enough to change the game. So K23 got to stop that from happening. Not much utility left here for Team Spirit.
Yeah, still enough for a basic site take, but you really want at least 1 or 2 flashes to cause some issues. 44 seconds, and one of those smokes will be used into B. It's that same lurk smoke, but you've got a player boosted up. There's no way they're going to fall for this fake completely. There is a rotate over to B, though. It's done just enough to leave just 2 CTs holding A.
Good kill. A second in as well from Fame. He drops down in the pit, and a third kill delivered from him. It's a shutdown. Amir has it all to do. On 1 versus 5, he gets the bomb planted on the site, but that might just be all he gets. But quickly onto the trigger, a headshot onto Adren, and now he's looking for a little bit more. But they're boosted together. They've got 2 in towards short, and now a third player joining. Amir needs the kills on the cross. He's 6 HP. There's just too many players running at Mir. Too much to expect from one man. And that is K23 with the biggest shutdown you could have asked for from Fame.
Unreal hold from Fame. The fact that he drops down and forces them to jump at him after getting those 2 kills is so nice. You see Dexter just desperately searching for it. If he had one more player on the site with him, he would have done so much that he probably could have had a teammate there to help him get that final kill, because he forces another player to just jump at him. Huge round from Fame. We said that we see that potential come through from him occasionally. That's a round where it shows up. And now Spirit have to go ahead and win another weak buy. It's not quite the Tech 9s, but there are some weaknesses in this investment, and it's a must-win round on this map.
Mo has been waiting for the boiler extension. And with that smoke coming in, it confirms their whereabouts. And here comes the attack over the top again. Can the Tech 9 break the hearts again? It's 1 shot, a second in, and now it's all crumbling on the site. Spirit go in again to the A-bomb site with the weaker weapons, and they come out with a round win once more.
Oh, it's even more brutal this time because the CTs don't even have enough money for a rebuy. Spirit with the fast-paced A plays. K23 can't stop them from happening as they play back on the site itself. Adren lets them into the site, tries to line up multiple frags, but he ends up just getting peeked from 2 separate angles. It looked like Adren just didn't pull the trigger on the first player. I don't understand how Magic's got so far in without being taken care of, but hey, they won't care. They got the round, and now K23 have to go for a bad buy of their own. It looks somewhat similar to Spirit's buy in the previous round.
Oh, Dexter's boost, if some aggression is to come around this corner, should result in the kill, but now that smoke fades away, he feels comfortable enough leaving it up to the riflers. And Mo, does he get aggressive? It looks like they're about to peek into Banana. Waiting on the flash to come around. Good kill from Mo, but Mir and Magic so quick on the replies. And now the B site is under a lot of pressure. It's Norber that has to handle it. The young man with a lot of pressure on his shoulders gets one. AK now upgraded to Premier. And that's the B site, all under wraps for the Spirit side. Adrenaline in the smoke, Fame behind him. I think this one is just about done. Chopper even has a re-smoke for when that one starts to fade away. He'll throw that down into it. And that is everything gone from the round for K23. Even their hopes of some exit kills likely gone now because of that one piece of utility.
Chopper getting that AWP over to his teammate, but you may not know there are two players so close by. Doesn't matter though, Fame only able to land one shot. Well played by Spirit at the end to make sure they are able to keep that AWP. And that's brutal for K23. They put everything into that round. They're unable to lock down the B-bomb site. This is still anyone's game in what has been an absolute grind for both teams, especially for Spirit, who were really far down from the first half. They've come back into it. And it should be 14-14. I don't see any way that K23 can win this one. Ooh, good shot from Mir. Pushing all the way into CT spawn. Now they know that B is completely open for the taking. It's all about the upcoming round. This one is already over. Not sure if K23 will get that AWP into the next round either. Team Spirit probably can just focus on keeping everyone alive, making sure their money is maxed out ahead of the last couple of rounds here in regulation. Going to be going to round 30. And I think it's very fair that that's how it ends up going, because both of these teams have been winning some ridiculous rounds to get us to this point.
Team Spirit really love Counter-Strike, don't they? They want to play every round possible. Yesterday and today. 14 added to the tally. This one a clean round for Team Spirit and money for the rest of the game. Here comes the buy from K23. Mo, we talked about him at the beginning, and you said just on our way into the game that you would like to see a little bit more out of Mo. We know he's capable of pulling off some incredible plays, some incredible moments. We know what level he's capable of playing at, but we often don't see that coming through. We often don't see him at that level. But towards the end of the close qualifier, if you remember that final game, they all clicked together and they just had this insane performance, and Mo was the player leading that way. And look at him now, 25 kills up against Team Spirit. That has to continue.
I'm hoping so. Even if he doesn't, still can be a good player with the rifle. 4B stack yet again from K23. Trying to fight for Banana. The flash is not effective. Norbert has to help his teammate. It's just a 1-for-1 trade, and they'll decide to play back from the site. Though as soon as I say that, Norbert wants more. Committing to Banana. His teammates can't really help him here. The Spirits still have to clear him out, and Norbert's good for another. Now Dexter switches to the MP9, runs in with the SMG, and forces the trade frag. What a play!
And that's just giving them hope again in the round. And Dexter has had some of those impactful moments so far in this game. Probably some of the most impactful moments of the game as a whole. And now they're going to be turning their attentions back towards this A site. And there's only one player in defense right now for K23. It is Fame alone with the M4. He's had significant holds in recent rounds, but this one needs to be flawless. 35 seconds, no teammates anywhere near him. If he brings down one or two players, there's a chance for his teammates. But if he gets nothing, the round is done and the save call has to come in. And they're wrapping around him. He's not looking the right way. Death to Fim. He's not ready for that at all. And Team Spirit make the correct call. And K23 has to swallow the bitter pill again. The save call has to come through.
What a comeback from Team Spirit. They're going to get themselves into the lead for the first time in a very, very long time. I think they won the first pistol round, so they were 1-0 up then, and ever since they've been behind. And now they've got a chance when it matters most to go ahead and take victory. K23 have fought so hard in this game, but a couple of key moments have gone against them. Spirit have done amazingly well to win some. They had no right of winning some of them when they were just rushing onto the A site, but they made it work. And now they just need one more to take the win. Or could K23 take us to overtime and write another chapter in this story?
Oh, K23.
I feel like Spirit, they've had enough overtimes for the tournament already, to be honest.
You can't send them into just flashbacks and a whole mental breakdown. They've had way too many OTs. K23 though, this would be heartbreaking if they lose like this, so they don't want to. A peek over the top of the half wall, and it's a kill from Norbert delivered. K23 have the man advantage.
Really well placed Molly to allow that boost to be so successful. Norbert's fighting a man who's trying to run through the flames. Well timed Molly and boost together. And now Spirit turn their attention over towards this A site, which has been successful for them so far. But they need to use their utility wisely because Adren is on a slightly unexpected angle here at long.
Oh, and Adren, he's not made that work. He's not made that work at all because Chopper is so ready for him. Good headshot. Rotation having to come over of a third player now in defense on the A site. They've been caught out by these A hits and not having enough players there in the past, so they don't want to lose to that again. Team Spirit dumping utility into the A site. And Fame close in the corner, just an MP9. Mo really has to do the heavy lifting, and Nealon's even scared about Archway, so he's been pulled away from the site for the time being, and Mo trying to get the shots off. Fame gets one. Mo is still alive, and he's got another kill. That's the bomb down on the floor, and it's just Chopper, 24 health points to make this work. A 1 versus 2, he had the right read in the rotation, but just missed the timing, and now he's going to throw his utility into the bomb site. It's not going to land, and Mo, he's still there, but Chopper, he gets the right reads, he just never gets the right timings. He's trying his best to take the fights, he knows where they both are. It's just about getting these fights now, and it's I can just run away. There's no time to win the round, we're going to overtime. Yet again, it's for Spirit, it's overtime. They don't like 30 rounds, they want even more. Every round you can get out of them.
I thought it was going to fall apart when Adren misses that early chance to get a kill. It was a nice off angle because he got to see the back of the player, Chopper, who went in first, who tried to clear that cubby. He misses his chance, but it doesn't matter. K23 rotate a third player over to A at the right time, and Spirit just seemed to slow down. They just seemed to get stifled. I thought they were going to commit once they got that first kill, but maybe they got a bit nervous, a bit too tentative in that position. And now we get into an overtime. First to 19 would get the win, or as Team Spirit know by now, if it ends 18-18, we'll go to another OT.
And as found through the smoke, and Mira's quick to reply, but look at that from Mo and Fame straight away. The double kill. And Norbert gets another, the double op setup. Working wonders for K23 here. That's what can happen when you get money. You say money doesn't bring happiness, but it does bring round wins.
Yeah, I don't see a way back into this for Spirit unless they get some great shots. They have the 2 smokes, though. That could actually work. It's 2 AWPs holding B. If you smoke CT and Coffin, it's not going to be easy for these AWPs to get into good positions. The question is, do Spirit want to use those smokes and give away that they're going for the B play? And if they don't use those nades, they could be in trouble. But one smoke coming in and a molly. No CT smoke right now, though. It's going to come in just as they push.
Yeah, it's not good enough. The smoke, the Orc's going to peek on the edge of the smoke. It's going to get Dexter, and now it's just one player left. It's Mir. And 1v4 left, 4 on the bomb. Nowhere near the site, and Norbert even playing inside of this smoke at Coffins. He's going to try and push onto the bomb. Mir trying to get the kill. He needs to die before time, and he does that, so it goes down. K23 win the first round at overtime. And even if they did smoke in towards CT there and Coffins at the same time, it is very likely one of those AWPers, all they need to do is one of them just needs to go and risk their life and try and get one pick. If they do that, they turn it into the 1v3, and K23 still likely win the round there. So in the end, works out well that they don't even need to really take a risk. The smoke just doesn't come into CT quick enough, and they get it out. So 16-15, K23 up early.
Molly down mid from Adren. Couple of mollies on Banana too, but Chopper will smoke one of them off to make sure the CTs can't get all that control early. That's because Spirit are focused much more on the A side of the map. Chopper just wants to stop that info from being gathered on B while they group up at A and get ready for a fast play that could catch K23 off guard. Oh, Fame's got to be ready. Heartland's bomb.
Oh, Fame dumping that smoke into pit. That's shooting through the Molotov, but somehow it's still there. I have no idea, but it burns away. And Magic's with the headshot. Magic's just making it work, making it sing here for Team Spirit. In just over a minute now, they're going to try and get the boost. And this boost for Norbert, actually, could work out for them. It's going to peer down into the site itself. Bomb plant starting to come in. Norbert still looking for that success, just not really spotting anything. The smoke's too wide on the right side. They're even spamming through it. Mir just takes down Adren, who was the foundation to the boost. And unfortunately for Adren, it's just a horrible round from start to finish there for him. Doesn't really do anything other than boost his teammate up and then get headshot through the smoke. It's all crumbled here for K23. It's a clean round, answered back by Team Spirit. They'll be happy about this one.
Nice shot from Norbert. But yeah, as you pointed out, lovely work from Team Spirit in this one. And I think it was about time they went for one of these plays, because K23 have fairly frequently been stacking this B site early. Nice shot from Norbert, and he does get to save that AWP. Didn't make a big difference. They would have had a good amount of money anyway, but it may allow them to get the double AWP setup out, which is something they've been going for. And indeed, they will stick with the two snipers. But yeah, K23 have been going for a lot of those early B plays. So I really like that Chopper just smokes top Banana, makes it difficult for K23 to peek B and get that proper info. And then you can just quickly pop out onto A. And while it is a bit risky, as long as you have the right idea and there's only one player watching for it, you can get the site so quickly and win quick rounds like they did there. Well played by Spirit, and now they're going to go back to the good old Banana fights where Magic's takes some early damage.
Oh, near damage finally working out for K23. It's going to be a kill early on the Magics. And Norbert, he spots the head. That's a quick flick up, and Mir down. Another kill, this time from Neolin. They tried to get the trade on the swing around the half wall. It's all crumbling here for Team Spirit. It's very convincing rounds back to back. Just trading out convincing rounds for each side. And Team Spirit, whenever they head towards this B site, it's not really been working for them. And another wallbind kill for Norbert. Straight through the half wall, Some Dayong down. It's 17-16. K23 lead the way going into the second half of overtime number 1.
Completely shutting them down on Banana, which we haven't seen much of throughout this map so far. Lovely work from K23 with these early nades. That one is just dead on. Look at how much damage is done there. About 200 damage done by that nade alone. Norbert with a nice fast reaction shot. Then he gets one through the wall. So many players stacked into position that once they get those two early fights to go their way, they're happy to fight further for Banana. And now Spirit have to come through with an impressive CT side, which wasn't really what they were working with. Oh god, no! Dexter just sticks to it. I thought he was going to get out alive with the smoke, but they miss it. Oh, mate. That's a disaster. That is another disaster.
It's horrible to watch, but we have to keep focused. Mira now holding for the top mid play. Oh, he really got caught out there because he didn't get the kill in towards Boiler. At least get something out of it, but unable to get that Boiler kill, and he's traded out very quickly indeed. It's kind of unfortunate in the terms of how Norbert actually peeks out of Boiler. And now going to K23 have the advantage into what is going to be the last minute of this round. Do they go back to B? It doesn't look like it. And that is a bit worrying because it is only Sumdai Young. And he doesn't get a single kill from it. He tries the apartment's aggression. And with him going down, that's going to be map point surely now for K23. They're going to the A site. They're making the right call. Team Spirit can't exactly win this round. So K23 up to map point on Inferno. And what a win this would be. Not only the fact that they're taking the map off Team Spirit, but the fact of how they've done it. Pulling it to overtime and then having to face adversity in OT. This is impressive from K23's side. And maybe we look at the veterans of the team in form of Adren and Mo, should I say, to bring that experience in these scenarios. They've kept a level head throughout.
Especially considering some of those rounds Spirit won earlier. And now it's K23 who are starting to not get steals, but get some mistakes out from their opponents. I wonder if we get a replay of the Magic Smoke just missing the molly completely. That would be pretty harsh. Maybe we don't do that.
Evil man, Hawker, evil man.
Oh, it's just such a shame early. Like, you stick in the molly to go for the fight. The smoke should be there. Dexter thinks he's fine, but he's not. And now they've got to win 2 rounds.
Look at the scoreboard, and then look at the score. It doesn't add up.
Spirit just did so much saving in that first half, I think. It was just, oh, we've lost 2 players and we've lost the site. I guess we save and maybe get an exit kill.
That's Inferno. Well, that's Inferno for teams that aren't playing well. But Mo, he's done enough for the team. 30 and 18. God damn. There we are. We're loving these shots from Magics. Just a little recap of what happened in regulation. That's what that round worked. We've seen Nealon just get those incredible shots, and they were happy in a couple of those rounds where the Eagles and Tech9s have unveiled round wins in this close game. And I remember back to the Dexter Tech9 rush onto the site, the 3K. A lot of those rounds for both teams. And then these individual moments are what can really turn things in your favor, because this hero play from Fame actually happened at a point where it seemed like Team Spirit were turning the tides.
It has just been so back and forth. And I think with how both these teams play it, it makes sense. I think they both are really reliant on those individual plays, on those individuals performing. And Mo doing a really good job, though, as you pointed out, on that CT side especially. He's been having a lot of important moments for his team. He said he had to step up in the pre-game too, so nice to see it come through onto the server. And now K23 have 2 chances to win this first map. Got everyone back on the server. We're good to go. Let's see if K23 can close it out here on Inferno.
Couple of chances for them. This is definitely helping things out. There's no one in Banana right now for Team Spirit. They're going to hope that the Dexter and Magic's trap is enough to get them the kills required to hold on to the B site. And I like this setup. Dexter just needs to hit the shot. Magical swing out. And actually, they're getting a little bored of this. They want to go for the peek and the flash. And I would have liked if they just went around the corner, but they go in with a peek anyway. Mo, blinded, still gets the kill on Magix. Just probably had a good timing to rattle off the shot. So 4v4. K23 have options available to them. Do they want to go back over to that A side, or do they want to finish on B? They're leaving Adran in Banana. If you remember back in the first half, he was doing a lot of work from here. And could flash to sound out the shot of Dexter, knowing that they've still got that AWP to deal with close by. 35 seconds though, K23 have to make their mind up, and it looks like the decision will be the A side.
One fake smoke towards B will keep the two CTs in place, and look at the setup from Spirit. They are so far removed. The rotates are going to be so long, but that molly buys extra time. They still have a good amount of utility left. K23 have got to go here.
14 seconds is all they have to play with. It has to be a perfect hit. And look at Mir's position at Graveyard. He can deny the bomb plant. The bomb's down the floor. Norbert on the double kill. He's got the sight now going for the plant. Just enough time to get it down. And Norbert is the hero here for K23. It has to be a retake coming in from Chopper and Dexter. They're going to set up the utility. They're going to try and get back in. But this man on your screen has done unthinkable things. And now he wants to close it. K23 with the first map upset. Norbert does it in style. The double kill to close out the round and the 4K overall. And that is what we talk about when we talk about the Norbert effect. He is just unbelievable as a youngster. We're waiting for that breakout, and what a performance here.
Wow, that last round, man. The reaction shot onto Mir, who, as you pointed out, was in such a good position to win the round. How many times do you see a player get a multi-kill from that spot, or a huge play that can win the round with such little time left? That was absolutely the most likely outcome there, but Norbert comes through with the most important kill of the round, and then he gets 3 more just for fun.
Team Spirit, overtime, a loss coming in here on Inferno. Alex, how do we feel about this start from Team Spirit?
It's scary for them, but look, Nuke, hopefully they can turn around. It's not a map they've had too many wins on lately, but it's their pick. It's still all to play for.
And it is coming up after the break. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to miss this series. We'll see if Spirit can come back on Nuke. It's coming up after the break. We'll see you then.
Я уверен, что на данном этапе в РМР, в данной стадии, уже нету слабых соперников вообще. Может, есть команды, которые играют чуть-чуть лучше, чем остальные, но слабых соперников точно нет, и легко не будет ни с кем. Мы будем готовиться ко всем матчам и показывать свой максимум. Поэтому я могу выделить команды в нашей группе, такие как Virtus.pro и, по-моему, Entropic. Они чуть-чуть сильнее, чем остальные. Но в целом все выступают на одном уровне. У Virtus.pro определенно есть свой стиль игры. Многие и аналитики, и игроки замечают их особые стаки по там каким-то действиям соперников. Но у них всегда есть логика в действиях. Поэтому это у них и работает. Хорошая команда, которая тоже двигается в своем направлении. Если бы я расставлял команды в обеих группах по местам, то, наверное, в группе А я бы поставил выше всех Нави и Гамбит, что логично. А в нашей группе я бы никого никак не расставлял, потому что я не люблю до игр каким-либо образом рассказывать или что-то просто говорить о том, что еще не произошло. И мне нравится больше доказывать результатом, и я надеюсь, что на этом турнире у нас все получится. Мы ожидали увидеть в нашей группе любого соперника, и вне зависимости от того, кто бы это был, все равно показывать свою игру и выступать на хорошем уровне. Поскольку ты должен выиграть всех соперников, чтобы победить турнир, неважно, с кем тебе встречаться. Так, по командам, которые в нашей группе, могу сказать, что выступают они довольно неплохо, и у них есть свой стержень, тоже и свой стиль игры. Я могу расставить команды закрытых квалификаций по 2 вместе, приблизительно в одном уровне. Entropic и Force, в моем понимании, приблизительно играют на одном уровне. Может, Entropic чуть сильнее. И потом идет K23, а потом Stopping Gods. K23 все-таки сильнее, чем Stopping Gods. Мне бы лично хотелось, конечно, увидеть и Досю с его стаками, и Эдварда с его на следующих турнирах, и РМР, и в общем в мировом рейтинге на соревновательной сцене, потому что такие, так скажем, опытные игроки со своим именем, которые хорошо понимают игру и в целом имеют большой опыт за спиной. И они всегда приносят молодым